My name is Josiah and I'm 15.
My name's Xavier and I'm 11.
I'm Cariel and I'm 14.
I like to make music a lot.
I like to do art. I have like this whole wall of drawings.
I like to be on my phone.
I want to work for Apple and be tech support.
Cariel?
I want to work in the criminal justice area field.
I don't know. They're older than me. They're like... I forgot their age. 15, 14.
Hey.
No, but...
So he doesn't know.
I guess mine was Gabby Douglas, just like where she, like her background and then where she is today. Like it's like my inspiration, I guess.
This one's kind of weird, but my role model, like mine is like my 8th grade math teacher, Mr. Carpenter. I don't know. It's like he like had so many things like that would come in his life, and then he would come the next day and like be happy, be positive, and like trying to make learning fun for everybody.
Is he a math teacher? That's kind of the thing with my math teacher. Sounds kind of...
Alright, so when Josiah was born, he was born healthy and all that other good stuff. And at 3 months, we noticed there was something wrong with his eyes. They just moved a lot side to side. He didn't have no control. And we went to see an eye doctor, and they diagnosed him with what is called ocular albinism. And what that is he doesn't have any color or pigmentation in his eyes. And the movement of the eyes is called nystagmus. So he was, diagnosed with those two, and that's all we knew. There was not a lot out there. And then, so what happened was they told us, he's not going to be able to really see, and that's all we knew. We visited another doctor in Arizona, and they told us, your son is never going to be able to ride a bike, he's never going to be able to really walk, he's not going to be able to do like this long list of things. And there was very little information of what was wrong with him or how we could help him. And then at the age of 3, he had a really bad episode that we ended up in the ER. We didn't know what was wrong with him. We were there for a week. So he was just bleeding really nonstop. Nothing really caused anything like that at that time. He was the only one like that. And from there, the doctors couldn't find what was wrong. And we moved to Houston, Texas. Once we moved to Houston, we went to see an ophthalmology, and he told us, he asked a lot of questions about our kids. At that time, I already had all 3 kids. All 3 were born with the same eye disorder, and that's all we knew at that time. That they just needed special classes, and that was it. This ophthalmology works for, he's a professor, and actually he's a speaker for like many rare disorders. So he came, his assistant came out and told us, he said, okay, I have a whole bunch of questions for you guys. We didn't know why he was asking. We're like, okay, we're just here for like an eye appointment. And then so he asked, do your kids bruise easily? Are they really, prone to like the light to bother them? Have any of your kids been in the hospital for a bleeding disorder? And that really caught my attention. I'm like, why would you even ask that? How do you know that? And then he's like, well, he's going to talk to you. So once we came in and talked to him, he told us about a disorder called Hermansky Polack syndrome. And it's HPS. It's really, really rare. It's mainly found in the northern part of Puerto Rico. And it's mom and dad have to carry the gene, and so we both carry the gene. And so little did we knew that big bleeding episode could have really killed him. We had no idea. When the ophthalmology talked to us, he happens to be a speaker for the disorder, and that's how we found out everything that was wrong with them. We got sent right away to the children's hospital, to genetics, to do all type of testing, and then all 3 were diagnosed with this disorder. At that time, there was only maybe 2 pages on the web. Anywhere we Google everything, there was only like so little information of what was wrong with them, or how even handle it, or what they could do. Just there was really nothing out there to this day, there is more information, but that I know of, we're the only family that has 3 kids with a disorder like this. It's usually 1 out of 3, or the chances for Xavier to have the disorder is like 1 in billions of numbers. And so we have all 3. And so that once we find that out, it changed our whole world around. I mean, we had to do Hermansky Polack syndrome. There's right now 9 different genes, and they have a type 3. Type 3 is one of the, I would say, in another sense, like one of the lightest one as far as side effects. But at that time we didn't know what they had, so they could have, they told us, they said your kid can develop pulmonary fibrosis, meaning they may only live to like 22 years old, and then they said it comes with like symptoms of Crohn's disease, and so they can be misdiagnosed as Crohn's disease, but it's part of the disorder, and they do have that part of it. What he does, it affects all 3 of them different, even though they have the same type. Josiah gets a lot of the physical problems with it. Cariel gets a lot of the dental problems with it, and then he gets a lot of the skin, meaning he's got more of the albinism in his skin, so he blisters really fast. So it took a long time to learn a lot. And it's like, they don't mind when you recognize, and I think this is a lot of kids, they don't mind when you recognize what they have as a disability or their health issue, because it's not just disability, but they don't mind it, that you recognize that, and they know that they need help with certain things, so that when people overdo it, they can feel that. Kids can feel that, and they will just kind of put a wall, because they don't want to feel different, even though they know they are. They don't want to feel put in that bubble. They don't want to be put in a bubble. They don't want to be put in a glass jar where they're almost untouchable. They still want to be as everyone, just like regular people always are. You get people that always want to imitate because they want to be accepted. So
my mom said in the beginning, they thought that they had set limits for us. They thought that we couldn't, and it's struggles. Life is usually about struggles, and we broke through them. Limits are no, what's it called? There's no really limit for us. Like, at first we couldn't ride bikes, then now we can. Like, I remember when I was little, I couldn't ride a bike, but my brother and sister could have. Then they like pushed me to get on a bike, and then they got like very excited, especially when I could do stuff that they could. They're like, we are kind of like, we are very similar. We have the same things. If we can do it, you can do it, and we just kind of like help each other. But we like to be independent, but inside all 3 of us depend on each other, no matter how hard it is or how easy it is.